So the first half of the MLS season has officially come to an end, and before we get into all of the fun things relating to the World Cup, I wanted to talk a little bit about how the season has gone so far, especially considering I have a feeling that pre-World Cup MLS would be a lot different to post-World Cup MLS. So to zoom out, I wanted to talk about the top 3 teams in each conference. On the eastern side, we have Nashville, Inter Miami, and Chicago Fire, and on the western side, we have Vancouver Whitecaps, San Jose Earthquakes, and Real Salt Lake. Now, as for the points, everyone's kind of close. There's really not much of a gap between all the teams. Nashville has 33 points, Inter Miami is behind them with 31, and the Chicago Fire has 26 points, and then Whitecaps and San Jose Earthquakes both have 32 points, and the Real Salt Lake is 26 points. So it's looking pretty tight up there. We'll see if they are able to manage this after the World Cup, but all we can do is see, because MLS will MLS, and you never know what's going to happen. As for breakout players, I have 3 that I jotted down. They're pretty basic and pretty obvious, but Julian Hall, of course, the 18-year-old New York Red Bull or Red Bull New York striker who snatched Choupo-Moting's starting spots, currently has 9 goals and 4 assists this season, which is insane considering how young he is, and again, considering how early it is in the season. If he keeps this up, I definitely think he might hit close to 20 goal contributions this season. And next on my list is Julian's teammate, Adrian Mehdi, who was one of the young Cubs who played a key role in their second team's MLS Next Pro Cup run. That's a lot to say. Last year, a player that Michael Bradley is very familiar with, and he currently has 1 goal and 4 assists so far this season. And honestly, both he and Julian have been getting such high praises from everybody across the league, and I have a feeling that this might be their last year in MLS. Mehdi, it's basically his first year as like an actual like pro, but if he keeps up what he's doing right now, I definitely think that he'll probably make his way over to Europe soon. We'll just have to see. And then my last player is Nico Shakiris. Before his unfortunate injury, he started off the season with 2 goals and 7 assists, but I think earlier this month, the club announced that he had to undergo like a groin surgery, and he'll be out for 3 to 4 months. So that's very unfortunate for him, but hopefully he comes back stronger and is able to pick up where he left off, because again, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but I was not expecting for San Jose Earthquakes to be as good as they are this season. Going into the actual Golden Boot race, which I'm looking at this right now, and I'm getting very depressed seeing this, because if you couldn't tell, I am an Atlanta United fan, unfortunately. And my supposed star striker should be in this list, but he's nowhere near it. And I don't even think he has 5 goals this season. So, but anyways, we have a couple of players who are tied. Hugo Kuiper, Chicago Fire striker, he's not tied with anybody. He has 13 goals. And then second place, we have Lionel Messi and Peter Musa with 12 goals. And then I don't know why we skipped third place, but we have fourth place, 3 players. Marcus Ingvarsson of San Diego, Martin Ojeda of Orlando City, and Preston Judd of San Jose Earthquakes all have 11 goals. So we'll see how this goes throughout the season. I kind of would like to see someone else other than Redacted getting the Golden Boot, but who am I? Moving away from players individually, I want to talk about teams as a whole. And my first point is teams with defined identity. I honestly feel like this is kind of hard to say, because for the most part, a lot of the teams have had a bit of a bump in the road. It's even the teams who have, been consistent and been at the top. I guess I can say Whitecaps and Nashville have been the more consistent teams, even though they have had their fair share of some losses, especially with Nashville. There was kind of a short moment where after their knockout, when did they get knocked out? CONCACAF Champions Cup, I think. They played against Alika Emeki's team and got knocked out, and it kind of was hard for them to get back on their feet, but luckily they managed to pick it back up before the break, and again, they're still in first place. I don't even think they moved away from first place in that moment, but whatever. Now, as for teams who are overperforming and underperforming, I'm going to start off with those who are overperforming first. Now, I'm not saying overperforming like a bad way. I'm saying this like in a good way. Eastern Conference, I have Chicago Fire, who are currently in 3rd place, and then New England Revolution, who are currently in 4th place. This is very surprising to me. Well, I'm more surprised with Revs than Chicago Fire. I definitely think Chicago Fire last year, we kind of got a glimpse of how good that they can be whenever they made that playoff. Well, when they made it to playoffs. Let's not talk about that playoff run. But I think Greg is definitely making a shift within the team. He will still do his foolish Greg things, because there was a time a couple weeks ago where he was not playing in Bukasi, which is really annoying to me because I have him in my fantasy team and he was always getting me at least 10 points max. All of a sudden, I'm getting 0 points from him because he's not playing. So yeah, Greg will be Greg, but I think he'll get over himself and play who he needs to play. But as for the team as a whole, I think that Chicago Fire is very nice to see them be this high up. I know like the past decade they've been in shambles, so I hope that they can stick around and, you know, continue to be top 4 or 5 throughout the rest of the season. Moving on to Revs, who are 4th place. I'm very shocked at this because if you know, you know, Revs have been stinky binky the past 5 or 6 years, and usually we're used to seeing them around 10th or 12th place, but they have this new coach bump with Marko Mitrovic, the former U.S. Youth National Team. Well, yeah, because I think he was with the U19s and U20s. Formerly with the U.S. U20s, the men's side. And he brought in a lot of those younger players as well, like Griffin Yao, Brooklyn Reigns. I think there's someone else I'm forgetting, but something's shaking for them. And then, of course, they have Carlos Hill, who's literally been a very consistent player, not just within the team, but in the league overall. So they have him and Langoni as well. All the other players I'm not too sure about, but yeah, we'll see if they can keep this up throughout the rest of the season. Now, as for my overperforming Western side, I have San Jose Earthquakes, and honestly, a lot of people are shocked that they're even this high up. A lot of people are shocked at how well they're doing this season because, like the Revs, if you know, you know, they have been a team that have literally been absolutely terrible. And so for them to have this shift, and especially with them losing Christian Espinoza because someone forgot to sign a paper for him or something, I don't know, but they seem to be doing okay without him. And yeah, unfortunately, again, Nico Shakira is out. He kind of was like their main playmaker, but somehow, some way, they're still in 2nd place, and we'll see if they can keep this up throughout the rest of the season. Bruce Arena really has switched things up for them, even though they're technically Revs 2.0, but we won't get into that. Now, as for my underperforming team on the Eastern side, I have Philadelphia Union, who are currently sitting in 15th place, which is actually diabolical considering they were Supporters Shield winners last season. This isn't really surprising though, considering they literally blew up their roster and they let go of Ty Baribo, Jacob Glesnes, Kai Wagner's no longer there, Miko Ura as well. So a lot of their heavy hitting, you know, star players. I would say Daniel Goslock, but there was kind of a moment where I think they kind of weren't really interested in him, but he was scoring a lot of their goals. And then the players that they did bring in kind of just didn't come up to the same caliber, especially those in the back line. Their back line has been very terrible this year. I kind of sort of watched them play a little bit. Yesterday they had an amazing game against Inter Miami, which was actually crazy. I'm so sad that they lost that game, but to score 4 goals against Inter Miami, well, 2 of them were pens, but still, to be able to do that and hold your own up until like the 70th minute or so, I don't know, we got to applaud them for that. But yeah, it stinks. Quinn Sullivan is out still with his ACL injury. I think he's getting closer to recovery, so hopefully after the World Cup break, we'll get to see him play again. But so far, his brother Kevin has been lighting it up. Now, it was a little shaky for him at first because Carnell just wasn't playing him for some reason, which is like, you literally have nothing to lose at this point. Just play the kid. There's literally no excuse, especially considering other teams around the league are having their young player phenomenon. Just play this kid. So I definitely think the past couple of weekends he's been consistently starting, and it's shown well within the team. Again, it's kind of sad that they have to kind of depend or lean on a 16-year-old for creativity, but I don't know what's going on with them this season. I wonder how the transfer window is going to look for them, if they're going to try to bring in players. Honestly, I don't know, because I have heard that their owner is extremely cheap, so I don't know, but it's not looking good in Duperville. And as for my underperforming Western Conference team, honestly, there could be a lot, but I will say LAFC and San Diego's. LAFC is in 5th place, San Diego is in 10th place. Now, as for LAFC, we know that they're like one of the top teams in the league. They have the best players, or some of the best players in the league. They have Denis Bouanga and Sun Heung-min, but this season so far they just haven't been able to click and connect. They did or I don't want to say they let go of Cherundolo. Cherundolo was kind of like, I'm done, and I think he's like back in Germany or something. But they brought up Mark Dos Santos, I think that's his name, who was, I think, the assistant coach, and people thought that, oh, okay, well, he's familiar with the LAFC way, and they'll be fine. But somehow, some way, that's just not the case, and they're in 5th place. I think I just rhymed there. Okay, bars. But anyways, it's kind of unfortunate. I think, was it last season? Okay, I had to pause for the cause. LAFC were in 3rd place last season, so they're not too far off, but them being in 5th place is just a little concerning. But we'll see if they're able to shape up. I definitely think Dos Santos, his seat is getting very hot, because if you literally have all the tools, you have everything in front of you, and you're still not able to produce with this team, yeah, I don't think he'll be having this job soon. And then for San Diego, they're 10th place. This is kind of shocking because last season, their inaugural season, they absolutely blew everyone up and surprised a lot of us, which honestly shouldn't be surprising, because most of the time expansion teams, because no one is really familiar with how they play, they end up doing a lot better than we think. And people are always like, well, they probably won't play well anyways. Yeah, and they were like top 3 in the league last year. So they're in 10th place. Again, I don't know what's going on with them. I think their players are getting more red cards than wins. So we'll see if after the break, or if during the break, some transfer things will happen. I don't know if Vars's seat is getting hot, but things are just not looking great. I don't know if they've really made many changes, like bringing in players. I know they had Lewis Morgan come in, but he's literally so injury prone. I don't even think he's really seen the pitch that much this season. So they're just going through a kerfuffle. So we'll see how things shape up for them. And then Chuck Lozano, who apparently is still a San Diego player, but he hasn't played at all. I don't know what the beef is. I would love to be a fly on the wall with that, but I don't think they're letting him go, or I don't think he wants to leave, but they're not playing him. So we'll see how that saga ends. But as for San Diego, they're currently not in the great place right now, so we'll see. I have here teams who's staying up, who's falling. Honestly, I'm terrible with this type of stuff, but I can, I guess, try a little bit. So who's staying up? I definitely think for the Eastern side, I don't know. I'm surprised Cincinnati is this far down. I usually keep them or have them around 2nd place, because that's what they usually stay in, the 2nd place. So they beat Orlando City 6-2 the other day. So I don't know what's been going on with them. They definitely have some defensive issues. So we'll see if they fix that during the break. But Charlotte as well, I think I had them in. I have a fake prediction that I do, which I'll talk about that at the end. I think I had Charlotte at 4th place, but they're currently 6th place. So I don't know. As for the bottom half of the table, I don't really think this is changing much. I hate to say this, but I don't see Union really making that much of a shift moving up the table. As for my team, Atlanta, no. If they make it to like 10th place somehow, some way, that is my MLS Cup. But as for right now, the teams right now who are currently down, I don't really see them making that much of a shift. Now, Columbus, they are in 10th place. I think they were in 13th place before they beat us, which is ironic. Can you believe Orlando City, Philadelphia Union, 15th place Union can dunk 4 goals on Miami's head, but my Atlanta United cannot score 1 against then 13th place Crew. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. But I think depending on how Columbus plays, especially if they keep this coach that they have, if they can continue to go up, I think they'll maybe make their way into the playoff spot again, but we'll have to see. New York City FC is very surprising to me, but yeah, I don't know who's staying up, who's falling. As for the Western Conference, I think this is where we're going to see a lot more shifting. Sporting Kansas City, I'm so sorry, babes. Y'all not going anywhere. It's very shocking how bad they've been this season. I think, well, they have 11 points. Union has 7 points. Jesus. That is terrible. But yeah, I don't know. As for the table, I'm very shocked that Austin is this far down. Wow. But they also just fired their coach. Portland as well. I don't know. Things look kind of consistent with me. Dynamo's in 7th place, which we love to see that. I hope they are able to make playoffs this year. Hopefully they don't send Jack McGlynn away, because I would love to see him play in playoffs again, because last time he did that was with Union, I think like in 2023, or no, I think they missed it. And maybe 2024 is when did they have that terrible season? Was it 24? I think it was 24. So I think 23 was their last playoff run, and then 24 they stunk, missed out on it. Yes, because that's when Kevin signed his contract, and then they shipped him off to Houston. So yeah, but again, like with the, I don't know, again, I'm not good with this stuff, so we'll just have to see. But because of how like competitive the Western side is compared to the Eastern side, I kind of see some things shifting around after the World Cup break. So to finish off this blabbering, I'm going to talk about my MLS predictions, not everything, but I like to like make a fake table, like Eastern side, Western side, my breakup players, random blurbs. So let's just go through a little bit of that, and then we'll end this video. So for my top 5 on each side, my top 5, I had 1st place Nashville SC, 2nd place FC Cincinnati, 3rd place New York City FC, 4th place Philadelphia Union, 5th place Columbus Crew. Now I'm very inaccurate here. I'm so inaccurate. Nashville SC is the only team that I have accurate. FC Cincinnati, I think I just saw they're in 7th place. Yeah, New York City's in 8th, I just saw. And then Union are gutter butt, and then Crew is 10th place. So yeah, I'm very inaccurate here. Let's see who I have for the the Western Conference. Western Conference, my top 5, Vancouver Whitecaps, 1st place, 2nd place LAFC, Real Salt Lake 3rd place, 4th place San Diego FC, and Houston Dynamo 5th place. Now I think I'm a little bit better with the Western side. Vancouver is 1st place, yes. LAFC is 5th place, unfortunately. Real Salt Lake is 3rd, so I got that right. San Diego is 10th, not great, and then Houston Dynamo, they're 7th. So okay, I did a little bit better with the Western side, but again, a lot can change after the break. As for the breakup players, I'm not going to go through all of this. I literally went through like each team and just wrote out who I thought. I'm not going through all this. I'll actually save this for the end of the year if I remember to make another video. I'll go through my random blurbs though. So my first random blurb, I had 10 goals in one game, which happened yesterday, ironically. The Inter Miami Philadelphia Union game ended 6-4, so I got that right. My second blurb, 80% of the managers will see the entire season through. I don't think I'm accurate at all. So far, I think we've had like 5 or 6 managers fired. We had Orlando City, Oscar Pereira, I think that's his name. Montreal sacked their coach. Austin sacked their coach. Columbus sacked their coach. Timbers just sacked their coach. So that's 5. I don't know if anyone else got a sacking, but with the way things are looking, I don't know if 80% of the managers will see their season through. I also have brand new MLS Cup winner, whether it be a different team or a team's first time. That we'll just have to see to the end of the season if that's accurate. A team will break their goal scoring record. Again, we're just gonna have to wait to the end of the season. New coaches will do better than everyone expects. Example, coaches with no prior MLS coaching experience. That's a lie. That's not happening right now. And then last, I had Abu Ali, top 3 goal scorer in the league. And that's just not happening because he's dead with an ACL injury. So that's all for this MLS first half of the season Yap Sesh. We'll see how the second half is going to be after the break. As for my team personally, I hope that we clean house and get rid of everybody who stinks, which is like 90% of the team, and hopefully convince decent players to want to play for our stinky team. I have no clue how the rest of the season is going to go for us. If your team is in the stinky position, I'm so sorry. Hopefully we can have better times after the World Cup break. And if your team is at the top, congrats. Hopefully they can stay up there, because with this league, it's very unpredictable, but we'll just have to see at the end of the year.